to be frank, this is not my first choice. This is not my second choice. But anyway, then I go through the study about other fiber, bioresource, and what hit me the most actually is the coding part. So that's why currently I'm involved mainly in the coding industry currently in the market. Then the coating industry I'm involved in actually is paint. In other words, it's all the painting. Anything that you can see around you is the thing I'm currently doing now. All the painting, all the colors. So, but the courses that I study actually coding or bioresource somehow it's a very niche, or it's not a common knowledge that you can learn. Not every day that you can study this kind of knowledge or the things that you are exposed to. Then in the beginning I said, wow, this kind of program is like very not on the common ground. Is it easy for me to get a job or not? This thought actually come upon shocks me in my first year. Out from the university, I found that actually it is quite needed, or it is quite required in the market, rather than say what is something very niche. But actually, what is niche, right, that you study, right, actually you will have higher demand in the market. This is what I see. Actually, it's not so popular in a way is good. Because if you not so popular means that you have less competitor once you go into the market. So the programs that I actually go through actually benefits me a lot. Okay, this is only a small little part I want to share with you.
I just enter USM. I would just take whatever course that I want. Then I still enjoy playing basketball that time. So I never think about this. After that, the impact came after graduation actually. So that the course cover quite well from what has to be implemented into the industrial actually. So that means that after graduation, immediately actually we are ready for the industrial working already. This is what I feel. I graduate bachelor and also master in USM. After that, I went to Japan for my PhD. After my PhD, actually headhunter hunt me from the university. Then I joined this company in Indonesia. After working for 2 years, then the company to Europe for my postdoc for a year. So I just came back last October. What I feel about this course is they will give you surprise after your graduation. It's quite interesting also that you are doing this experiment practical, that you doesn't know that actually how the papers came from, and then how it processed, and how much effort to produce one paper. And outside of paper, you still can having others products. Like what I involved now is research and development. We did a lot of things out of the box by the wood material, non-wood material, and the others. So what I want to share is just take lah. You will not regret.
To me, to be honest, that this was also not my choice out of I think was 5 of the selections that we were put in. But anyhow, then I made a lot of good persons, right? I think I would like to say is that the first person that I made who has influenced me a lot until today about this course, that I think it was a good program to me. I think instead of saying that we don't know, right? But I was very impressed with Dr. Wang's dialogue with me at that moment. And he told me about paper, and he asked me, where do you know how was the paper made? Then I couldn't answer him, right? And then I have my 4 years very close contact with him. Even we can ride on the motorbike to Georgetown until that. I think that was a good memory that I want to share with you. So of course, I believe that I score most of my paper subject with A, and I was so passionate with the paper subject. Dr. Wang tried to pursue me to continue my study in master, I followed him for 3 months, but I told Dr. Wan, maybe I'm not the person who want to continue in this line because I was looking for my industrial experience. So with that, I think I can remember that I saw him, he was sad, right? And then, but anyhow, then we agreed. So he even introduced me a job in KL under packaging research. I think it's packaging research center. But again, the R&D job was kind of not my interest. And then I went into my second job with Genting Sanyan Industrial Paper. So with that was my really first experience in my career. I can assure you that you have no problem to get a job. And look into the paper industry, just paper industry itself.
But my first choice was food tech. So no wonder I'm developing my own business in food industry. So back then I actually luckily chosen for WPC, and I graduated in 2002. Then I continue my master's with Prof. 2005, I graduated for my master's. I was unemployed for 1 month only. Then I worked for a production of molded pulp packaging company in Klang. The company was back then in 2005. It was the sole distributor of molded pulp packaging for UK. Then I was assigned to doing R&D for bioplastic using Segu starch. I was attached with Malaysia, now we call it Agency Nuclear Malaysia. Back then was MINT, Malaysia Institute of Nuclear Technology, something like that. Then but I didn't take so many experience with that company, just a few years. But I do jump a lot into another companies. All the backgrounds is science and technologies. When you learn in Bioresource Technology, somehow you will face the reality in the industry. There's so many chances and opportunity in the industry. Actually, a lot of science and technology company that I was around 6 companies that I have worked for before, and all are related to laboratory, related to agar wood, and related to the final one is related to furniture. So yeah, now I'm doing my own business, and I'm still looking for packaging that is compostable plastic for frozen food. It's not easy to find in Malaysia. So when we were study, we learn how produce the material for bioplastic, compostable, biodegradable material, but it's not that easy to find it in the industry right now. So I hope one of you can make one.
In Genting Sanyan, I have opportunity to experience and learn myself from right from the upstream. I mean, in Peninsular Malaysia, we talk only about recycled paper. Right? So I have experience from the paper collection down to the recycling, down to the sorting, and even then exposed my experience a lot in paper making. And then with that, I start to diverse out my experience into project. So I was handling project, and then I become the project manager in the company. And then after 6 years, I decided to move on again. So at that time, I think I was 20 plus to about 30. Then I ended in this company now, Fibertex, with already 16 years in this company. So what I'm doing now today, I'm doing something that is not paper, but is very similar to paper.
Example, I'm doing pulp and paper mainly. But when I joined this company, actually they exported me to nonwoven, the one that you mentioned. So we are the world largest producer for the viscose fiber. So now actually we are producing many nonwoven as well. So now actually I already jump up from this comfort zone, which is pulp and paper. I already exported to textile fiber. Then regarding this alternative plastic, usually like we have already the basic, so polymer, coating, all this. So this is why I said that it's quite rare industrial application. I mean, graduate student. It's not like they came with empty mind or what. Actually, Malaysia is quite lucky that they have this pulp and paper wood tech course, while in Indonesia actually they don't have, and they need this private sector for this the big companies to build a university just to have this course, so that they have enough workers.
To your questions, right, about how much salary, I don't think that we should like to. I will not speak about the figures, right? I think that is secondary. But what you need to know is that actually what do you want, right? And what do you have? And the most important to me is, I think, for a fresh graduate to be out from the school is look for a job, then set your directions, and by the time you should be matured enough, and then equip yourself with your experiences, then you will get what you want. But however, if in my experience, because I think it's less relevant if we will do a comparison now. But I can tell you at that time, right? I'm having a good package, right? If I compare to some of my ex-colleagues, that those are from engineering, those are mechanical engineering, those even overseas graduates, we were on par. But when we come into skills, right, in your works, then it's how much you pick up and how much you could do, in your job. And I believe that at that time in GS paper, I have a good experience that within a year that I have 2 promotions. So it was a quick jump. So in my opinion, is how much effort that you put in for your career, right? The starting salary is one thing, but then it's also our effort to fight for it, and then the way that we look into our career, right? So yeah, so that's my take on here, right?
Yeah, coating industry is a bit different, but the demand of the coating industry is actually quite high in a way. I still remember during 2003, I finished my last paper of my exam in March, if I'm not mistaken. Then straight away I go for interview. Then I start my job. I already started my job in April already, and my graduation is in August. So halfway through only, I think leave and come back. So I think within 1 month I already get my job already. Of course, the starting pay is not as handsome as what you can see like business source, but it's not that important in the first place actually. But rather, it's put ourselves into a field that really explore and actually what is our direction. I think I really agree with what Mr. Paul said. What you want to do, what is the direction? Then only from there, actually you can know and you can plan how you want to do it. So of course, I also have a few promotions in 3 years time. So starting pay is around 1,000 something, near to 2,000. But after that, I can share with you roughly around 3,000 plus already. But that one is at my time. But I think for starting now, right, the salary is like what Dr. Lei said, right, it's around 2,500 to 3,000 for fresh grad. But anyway, that is not that important. But at least it covers your basic needs. That is what we can see. But for coating wise, actually the range is quite wide in a way, and the possibility of getting a job, actually the demand is very high. So for coating wise, maybe if in future anyone have any questions or anything, you can look for me. You can go through Dr. Lei and you can look for me as well.
most important is again, when you have a few years experience, right? Then you equip yourself with more knowledge, right? So then that will bring you, further in your career. So I think that is the most important part. Don't limit yourself to say, okay, this is paper, then I only in paper. Today I'm not in paper, right? I'm more in polymer, but I can apply the paper technology in my current company, current job.
Yeah,
But
I
of
think
course, in
we are
between
quite
that,
close.
alongside with that, what is the competencies, right? So the leadership, you will go into managerial, you will go into your leadership part. So those are the important elements that you must have, right, to bring you further in your career.
Yeah. So just don't ask what people can give you, what you can give the people first. This is like when I came here for working, I'm quite lucky. I'm the one that quite lucky. I came in with a extremely good package, but on top of that, once you prove yourself, actually the company willing to pay. My contract is renewed every 2 years, so there's no salary revise within 2 years. And after 2 years, I can say that the increase of the salary will be up more than 30%. Now I'm like in the second cycle of my contract, and even I only ask for 1 year contract. So if I ask for 1 year contract, that means they start to like, okay, do I want to lose this person? If you already prove yourself, for sure the company will put some investment on you. So usually the starting salary, you just take it whether you like or not, and you have to prove yourself. If you don't prove yourself, no people will give you higher salary. So this is I quite agree with Mr. So.
So it's either after you work for people, become employee, then afterwards you become the employer. So it's either way. You work for people or you get people to work for you. Either way.
But now actually the company actually is why they hire us. They hire us because they want our brain, and of course you have to carry a good attitude, for sure. And also we have to teach like the team. So from R&D before I joined this company, actually it's like 3 researchers. Like within 4 years, now they grow until 20, only for our Indonesian side. And actually, the Indonesian side actually is the core of the R&D center for the whole company group from Brazil, from China. So that's why I said like you have to prove yourself. The starting salary, it might be low for some of you, but if you have a good performance, I don't think the company will just like let it go. For sure they will promote us. You see 2 years, 3 promotion or 2 promotion. But for me, I cannot promote because I'm in contract, but they will give you bonus.
You're good.
Yeah, that's why I'm staying my first job until now, 4 years, never leave this company.
But my one is more on the niche market. So from the beginning, I was like, hey, if everyone is doing paint, everyone is doing costing, the competitor is a lot. You are competing with a lot of people. But once you enter into the niche market, what we call is the blue ocean that we are in. Actually, you have less competitor, but the things that you do is more professional. You need to be very technical. You need to be very professional in the things that you do. So on top of what we have, the experience that I gained for the past 18 years, right? So I need to keep on renewing myself on all the things that I have. But the things that before, I'm not sure whether I should say this, but if you want to start a company straight away, once you graduate, it's a bit challenging or it's a bit difficult. Or I would say it's very, very difficult because you don't have a base. You don't understand what is the market. You don't understand where is the industry demand. Unless you have that. And of course, you need to have, beside the technical support, you need to have, of course, most importantly, you need to have the finance to start it. So if you really can do that, you can find a way how to do it, yes. But if not, right, throughout the years that it's slowly built up. So that's what for me.
As a human, you choose you follow the opportunities, not your dream. You set your goal as your dream, then you follow the opportunities. My opportunities in the field is very I could say that it's huge, because I can work. I have experience work in paper-based company, in wood-based company, even though I'm not in the field anymore. But I have this kind of, because I'm used to be the bioresource or wood paper and coating technologies. So the mindset was there. That's why, because even now, I'm very picky into the packaging I want. So because of that kind of mind that we have before, so I'm very picky. I know the material. You cannot tipu lah. Because you say this is biodegradable, I know this is not biodegradable. If you say that this is recyclable, I know this is not recyclable. You cannot kencing us. Because then the experience is because the biotechnologies is there. It was I cannot say born with that, but we live with that.
Study in Japan actually quite enjoy, except the thesis part. Then if you get the opportunity to have your degree or what overseas, which is funded by scholarship, for sure we will not give out. So from the recommendation from Dr. Lei actually, so I got the chance to further my study in Japan for 3 years plus. And my experience there is like, okay, you got the chance to see how the university was. For sure, you learn a lot of this technical part like analysis, which Malaysia, which our own university not really have that machine yet. So for them, I gained most of the experience for analytical from Japan. But for the core course, that means the fundamental, everything is actually from USM. So just that once you have the strong fundamental, actually you learn other things is like based on common sense. Right? So for me, the main point is you need to have a good fundamental. And so far, what it proves is, in our industry, like wood analysis, all this is quite common in USM. Pulping is quite common. Paper properties, we have a complete one in a condition room, as in second floor or what. So actually it's ready lah. For me, in Japan, they actually don't have this facility. They don't have cooking, digester, all this. They only provide analytical. So you don't have the concept that what is pulping and then so on. From what my experience is, those lab mates or my colleagues, they don't have the clear picture or the big picture about how this paper turn. They only maybe receive some of the pulp or brown pulp from other people, then they do the bleaching. So they don't have the idea. But for BPC, or now with the new name, you will still went through this one. You will still go through this one. So it's quite interesting.
Hello, thanks for being here. My name is Li Peizhi, second year student from Bioresource Technology. I'm going to share with you some of my thoughts and experience about this course. I know this course from my Form 6 teacher. To be honest, when my teacher told me about this course, I was like, what is this course about, and will I get any job after graduate if I study this course? But at last, I decided to study this course because I realized that there have many choices to choose for my career after I did some research about it. Being studied this course for 2 years, I found that this course was very interesting, as I noticed that the things that we found surrounding us is what we learned. For example, we will learn the paper productions, the coating formations, the polymer composite, cellulose, and etc. All of these are the things that we commonly use, touch, and see in our daily life. Moreover, the design of our course structure is also very comprehensive. As our doctor not only focus on our study, we will also be assigned some tasks to develop our soft skills such as communication skill, teamwork, and critical thinking. It is very important as all of us know that future workplace will be more depends on this skill. The practical lab will also help me more understand how things actually works and enhances the mastery of subject methods. So yeah, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Najmi bin Sheikh Kamruddin. I'm second year BRT student. I would like to share my experience through this program. Firstly, I really love BRT program because I can gain knowledge from it. For example, how the paper making process and what kind of natural resources that can make a paper. Not only paper but also many types of products such as furniture, building materials, textile like clothes or fabric, and many more. Our program also have three types, which are bioresource, paper, and coating. So it is very large scale in job scope as it have many branches in this course. So far, I really enjoy studying in this course, and we also have experiment. You will more understand the theory when you do the experiment in the lab. Our lecture also very supportive, and if you have any question, just directly ask them. I think that's all from me. If you want to join our program and want to know how the industrial works from resources until the products, then you need to join our program, and I guarantee you will like it. Thank you. Stay safe and take care. Bye bye.